Welcome to another stage analysis video. It's Sunday the 18th of August 2024. I'm going to start off today's video with a look at some of the significant bars this week on strong relative volume. SE came up in the scans, and as you can see, started to move out into stage 2, back around this area here. So if we draw from the selling climax, the automatic rally secondary test area, we draw a base structure through here. This was your stage 1 base as it developed, moving from stage 4 into 4B minus, and then starting to develop into stage 1 before breaking out into stage 2 at this point here. So it's made a few continuation attempts in the near term, so now making a further move. It did have a shakeout technically in the short term for a single week, started to look like it might be entering early stage 3, but the quick reversal back up to the highs on strong relative volume with a new closing high puts it back into a stage 2 continuation. So the stage 3 attempt was negated there, so continues on in stage 2 currently. You can see the technical attributes has improved from a 3 to an 8 over the course of the last 3 weeks here, and it's in a strong position in its group, only in second place overall in the interactive home entertainment group, which, if we have a look at that group itself, is a weak group in general. Majority of the stocks in the group have weak SATA scores, which is a score of 0 to a 3. You can see only 4 of those stocks have a score of 6 or above, which indicates a strong SATA score there. So we come back into the weekly chart here. We look down onto a daily chart here on stock charts. You see the gap up move through here. I believe it was on earnings report. So just go through that on the 13th. So that was this move here as it gapped up through this area. So on the after hours on the 12th, did actually, I think, put that in the watch list on that day in the after hours, and then it's pushed through to the new closing highs this week in the near term. So continuing on in stage 2 at the moment, but could still come back in. It's a little bit extended in the very short term at its plus 3 ATR level, but seeing some contracting volume as it grinds over here, so it might roll over. If it does start to come back in again, you want to see it hold around that 75 area and potentially start to push its way off to new highs again. So next up is Rocket Lab. You can see on here making a new stage 2 breakout attempt. So again, if we come back to the stage analysis charts here, so RKLB, you can see that the SATA score has improved from a neutral 4 to a maximum 10 over the last 3 weeks here, as it's reversed around its 8-week moving average and started to push out to new highs. So a new stage 2 breakout attempt in the near term. Did have a lower attempt to break out into stage 2, but shook out a little bit. So making a new attempt and starting to clear some of the near-term highs. Mental relative strength moving back above the 0 line. You can see in the last 3 weeks here. What else we got? SBUX Gold making a push. Gold and silver stocks in general seeing some strength, particularly this week, as gold itself made a new 52-week high. So if we just get the gold chart up here using the GLD, for example, you can see moving out to new 52-week highs, and has been in stage 2 for a while now. So strong continuation move in the near term. Come back to SBUX. You can see also making a continuation breakout in the near term. Broke out into stage 2, back through this area here, so it had a strong pullback. The rest of the gold stocks and it's consolidated and has been grinding higher, so starting to make new 52-week highs once more. Also got 4, so this was another significant bar this week. You can see on strong relative volume, massive relative strength starting to be taken out. So again, we come back into here and look at 4. See from the data processing and outsourced services group, second in its group overall, just behind PAGS at the moment, which is also making a new continuation breakout or a new stage 2 breakout attempt as it moved into stage 3 for a little while here. So a new stage 2 attempt on that one. So come back in, you can see 4 also moving from a choppy sideways range for a while now and making a new attempt to move back into stage 2 here with a mental relative strength breaking back above the 0 line, moving from a neutral 5 to a maximum 10 this week. So as you can see on the SATA indicator at the bottom of the chart here. So Victoria's Secret got earnings coming up this week. Let me just get that up in the simple summary. So actually not this week, 28th. It's coming up. So what are we on at the moment? Did I say I think it's the 18th at the moment. So we've still got a little way to go to earnings there, but starting to test that stage 2 breakout level. So let's get it up on the stage analysis technical attributes charts here. You can see it's got a SATA score of a 9 at the moment. The sub-industry, 48% of them are on a 6 or above. So if we have a look at the apparel retail group, just let that load quickly. So here it comes. So it's doing reasonably well in its group. So there's a few areas above it at the moment, but in a reasonable position, just sitting around the Mansfield relative strength 0 line here. The technical attribute score has improved massively over the last 3 weeks, moving from a very weak 1 to a 9 or 10 currently. So sitting in position in stage 1 at the moment, potentially for a new stage 2 breakout attempt, and just testing that level currently. So SBUX was a news-related item, I believe. I think they might be changing CEO if I remember correctly, but started to pop up on the news and has been consolidated. So a little bit of what we call a fish hook potentially. So looking for a continuation attempt, pushing it back out into stage 2, but may need to go sideways for a little while. If it does start to come back in, you wouldn't want to see it come back below that significant bar area ideally. INTA, another stage 2 breakout attempt. Highlighted this one during the week on the public Twitter feed. So strong relative volume on this one of the strongest weekly volumes that it's ever had. So second strongest weekly volume that it's had. So a new stage 2 breakout attempt. And come back to the stage analysis technical attributes charts here on the website. You can see that a little bit more clearly. Breakout week, Mansfield relative strength starting to move to above the 0 line here. It's started to score its highest point since back in early part of 2024 here. You can see as it's been consolidating, it's been in neutral ranges and then turned weak for a little bit as it shook out at the lower end of the range. If it had carried on going down from here, it would have turned to stage 4, but sharp reversal. So a little bit of a spring type action through this area and moving back into a new attempt to move out into stage 2. We can draw a broader structure across here. As you can see, had a failed stage 2 attempt, and so this is a new stage 2 attempt moving out of this broader structure. And previous move through 2022 and early in 2023 had a strong move in stage 2 before rolling over in stage 3 and a brief stage 4 downturn there. So it's consolidated for a long time now, more than a year now, in a big sideways range with a few tests to the upside and the downside. So making a new stage 2 breakout attempt at the moment. And we're back to SE. Right, let's move on. So